So, a game called Unrecord was announced and gameplay footage of it was released, and everyone was like, wow, dude, it looks amazing, it looks so realistic, and yeah, from it came a lot of discussions about how fake it looks. So either how fake it looks and it is fake, or games are becoming too realistic. So what the game is, it's a first-person shooter, single-player shooter, but it's not like the usual one where it's like COD or Battlefield or Counter-Strike, because the camera, instead of set like in your face, in the character's face, it's set up like somewhere around your chest, and the camera movement to hand movement is not in sync. So in normal shooters, how it's done is the camera is here and there's the gun, and wherever you move, the hand, like the gun moves with it, and there's a reticle. Yeah, that's how it's done in most shooters, first-person shooters. However, in this game, Unrecord, it's done in a way where, so the camera is here, and let's say the gun is, there we go, right here. So instead of moving like this, Unrecord does it where your mouse is moving the gun, and your camera, or like from your perspective, isn't moving with it necessarily, until it reaches a point where it's like moved off too much. Then the perspective moves with it. At least that's how I see it being implemented. And there's no reticle, so that you don't know exactly where you're shooting. You just have to guesstimate from how you're aiming the gun. And as such, and the reason they did that is that so a more realistic approach is, or a more realistic experience is provided to you as the player, as the gamer. And I think it's cool. Like I don't think we have ever had such a way to present a first-person shooter. But yeah, as I mentioned before, it has brought up some discussions, one of which is it's fake. So a lot of people saying like, this looks too good, you know, hyper realistic visuals, and the movements seem very not programmatic, and like from the games that we've played, they seem like more natural, more realistic or whatever. And how the engagement and fights that was happening was like, it seems like it was acting rather than gameplay. And the reaction from, so some people are saying that it's because of this it's fake, it was like all acting or like CGI or whatever. And others are saying no, it's not acting, it's not fake, it seems legit. And then later on, what happened is the developer of the game released a video screen capturing his Unreal Engine editor, so the engine that the game is developed on is Unreal Engine, and showing like he's zipping through the map. Then he clicks preview / play, and he just hops in wherever he clicked preview, starts like running around, shooting whatever, to showcase like, no, this is an actual game. And when some people were like, oh, okay, it's not fake, it's legit. However, there are other people that were still saying, well, no, for you to actually like prove it more or prove it properly, so you need to like click on the debug thing, and we'd see the wires and all of that stuff. You could have just, you know, recorded, you could have scripted all of this proof, and yeah, we need more. I don't think the developer released any more proof footage, but yeah, it is what it is. But the best thing to, like, for actually the remaining people to believe, or decrease the amount of people that don't believe in this being legit is for the developer to have like a preview event where they select a few known Let's Players on YouTube or whatever and have them play the game, and then those YouTubers or streamers will be like, no, I played it, like this is legit, guys, it's all legit, I played it, it was fun or not fun. And yeah, and even like the best way actually after that, I guess later on they would do it, is have like a demo and release it to the public and everyone would play it, and that would basically settle everything. But yeah, the game looks good. It's using Unreal Engine 5.1 or 0.0 or 0.2, probably 0.0 or 0.2 or 1, and it's using all that Lumen tech, path tracing, ray tracing, whatever other kind of tracing there is, and using like a photogrammetry map and textures and all of that to make it as realistic as possible. And they have fantastic animations going on, as well as the enemies that you encounter in the game. They have their faces censored, like with block pixels, and considering that it is a police theme and that we as players know, even with the advancements of how faces look on PCs or on CGI, whatever, we can still tell like that's not a real human. So because of the censorship, it definitely gives it a lot more stronger effect in terms of like the realism aspect of the game. And yeah, regarding so the other thing is people are saying the game is too realistic, and whatever that means, I'm not sure what they mean by that, like too realistic, so like ban it. I don't know what they mean by that, like it's too realistic so we must put an end to this. But I don't think that it is a big of an issue in comparison to what's happening in our time right now regarding AI, with how like fake pictures, fake videos, whatever. I mean, we've dealt with this before with like Photoshop and whatever, so it's not gonna be necessarily that big of an issue. But for me, it seems like it's gonna be more difficult to determine what's fake, what's not, or yeah, and it'll be interesting to see how laws are made around like presenting evidence or proof with all of this AI and stuff. It'll be an interesting time. But going back to the realism thing, it's only too realistic. Actually, the things will never be too realistic. It's either real or not, real or fiction. And if you are experiencing like trauma from looking at this because it's too real, you cannot differentiate it that much from reality, and you have issues with it, or you know someone that has issues with it, the solution is simple: just don't play it or don't consume content about it. You have your Call of Duty, you have your Counter-Strike with the low poly stuff, you have your Halos, or don't play these games at all if you're like blood or killing people or whatever. The realism will continue to increase, it won't stop. And for me, I am excited for these advancements because, you know, aside from making a fun game, increasing the other stuff that would make it more immersive, hell yes, I would definitely want that. But yeah, I mean, if a game is too realistic, aside from the solution I provided, which is don't play it, is there any argument for it, or you think that there is a different solution to those people who are saying it's too realistic? I don't know. I don't think there is, but you know, tell me your thoughts on Record, on this issue, and if it's fake or not, if it's too real or not, and then yeah, tell me your thoughts. Okay, bye bye.